Well, let's get started with our headstand session. Oh, wait 1 second, my loves. I'm just double checking. Yep, that's all good. Super. I'm going to take off my sockies. Find yourself a little space and let's get warmed up. Right, lovely. Yes, funky headstands today. So let's start with 4 big deep breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth, lifting the arms up as we go. Number 1, breathing it in. And then folding forward, exhale. Number 2, reaching up and over, exhale, fold forwards. Number 3, and release. And last one, biggest one yet, number 4. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Stand yourself up, pull the shoulders back, opening up the chest. Take yourself from one side to the other, just gently transferring your weight. Lovely. And then holding yourself to one side, circling around the ankle. And then change direction, taking it the other way. Lovely. Switch over to the other leg, circle around the ankle. Change direction. Lovely. And then picking up leg number 1, taking it forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it out the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Switching over to the other leg, lifting it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Nice soft knees, rolling around the shoulders. Lovely. Take it nice and big, leading with the elbows. Fabulous. And then just the shoulders rolling forwards. And forward swimming. Lovely. Reach the arms up nice and high. One arm forward, one arm back. Excellent. Change direction, other one back, other one forwards. Good. Lovely. And then letting it all go. Nice soft knees, wrap yourself round. So twist in the back, floppy arms, floppy fingers. Lovely. And then taking yourself back to the front. Everything from hips down, stay still. Just twisting that upper body from one side to the next. Lovely. And then everything from shoulders down, stay still. Just moving the head from left to right, right to left. Gently up, gently down. And then ear over to one shoulder, up and over, up and over, up and over. Lovely. And then gently rolling it through that front semicircle, backwards and forwards, just rolling from one shoulder to the next. Lovely. And lifting the head back up on top of the shoulders. Pulling the shoulders up to the ears and then pushing them down. Lifting it up, pushing it down, lifting it up, pushing it down, and double time. Lovely. Bring the palms up to the sky, opening out the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, round and separate the shoulder blades. And open and round. And open and round. And open. And then insync the fingers, rounding like you're holding a big beach ball and look down to the floor. Pulling on the arms to separate the shoulder blades. And then open the fingers, open the hands out, reach behind your back, pull the shoulders down, lift the arms up, and we're going to fold ourselves over, trying to get our hands all the way up, over towards the floor in front of us. Lovely, let go of the hands, bend the knee, rolling it all the way up. Taking the hips from side to side. Circle around the wrists. taking it all the way up to the top and down the middle. And then when you get to the bottom, change direction of the wrists, taking it back up towards the top, back down the middle. Interlink the fingers, snaky, snaky. And reverse, other way. Lovely. And give a little shake. Fold yourself forward, hands come down, keep the hips going from side to side. And then taking it back up again. Lovely. Bending the knees, pelvis tucks under, squeeze the tush, thrusting the pelvis under, and then take it back, sticking your bum out at the back. Under and squeeze, taking it back. Under and squeeze, taking it back, and then let's circle the hips all the way around. Lovely. Change direction, other way. Perfect. Reaching all the way up. Bring the hands down, feet nice and wide, bending one leg, feel the stretch on the inner thigh, taking it up and over. Take it as deep as you feel comfortable to do so. Lovely. Good, taking it through the middle. From here, if you wish to, you can take your hands off, keeping that chest lifted and your hips nice and low, or keep your hands on the floor for a little bit more support, whatever suits you and your body best today. Lovely. And then hold yourself to one side. You can sit down if you wish to here, flexing up that foot, taking it through into a demi point, full point, back through demi point, and then flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Last one, demi, full, demi, flex. Perfect. Roll yourself all the way up and over into your lunge position, gently taking the hips up and down. Lovely. Push through that front leg, take yourself into your standing lunge, find your balance, reach the hands up, tilt the pelvis under, push down into the hips. Reaching forward, hands come down to frame your front foot, drop your back knee down onto the toe, and then from here, we're going to straighten and rebend. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the toe under at the back, straighten the back leg, lifting the knee up off the floor, glue your chest onto your front leg, and then let's straighten from here and rebend, taking it as straight as you can. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Luscious stuff. Take yourself into a lovely big low lunge, and let's do our hip circles round. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse, change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Tuck your toe under at the back. Lift your back knee off and then open yourself out to the front. Scoot over to the other side. Sit down if you wish to. And working on this ankle, we flex. Demi point, full point, demi point, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Beautiful. Roll yourself round over into your lunge position on the other side. Gently taking the hips up and down, warming up that hip a little bit more. Push through your front leg, take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up, pelvis tucks under. Push down into the hips. Reach all the way forward. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Drop the back knee down and tuck that toe. And then from here, we'll straighten and rebend that front leg. For 8. Make sure it goes as straight as possible. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg straight, lifting it up a little bit higher. Glue your chest onto your front leg. Take your leg as straight as you can at the front, and then we'll rebend. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toe, leaving yourself in a luscious big low lunge, and let's do our hip circles round for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, reverse, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Bring your weight into your back knee and let the other leg join, so you're landing on all fours. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, and then from here, tuck the tailbone under, round the back, separate the shoulder blades, but down in between the legs. And take it to reverse. Pelvis opens up at the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, looking up to the sky. And tucking it over, rounding, taking it down. And opening it out. Lovely. Let's roll the rib cage round in a circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. From here, tuck your toes under at the back. Lift your feet, your knees up off the floor, and bring your butt over your ankles. And then from here, I want us to straighten out our legs. They don't need to go fully straight. You can have a soft bend in with them. But this is going to just be our little prep for going upside down. And I want us to really focus on our breath here. So I'm in like a nearly a downward dog. So I'm in the position of a downward facing dog, but I've got a softness in my knees. So I'm not going fully straight just yet. So I'm just going to have them slightly soft. And I'm just going to be breathing. So I'm breathing in, exhale out, and inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now I want you to just be breathing through your nose. Lovely. Gently bringing your knees back down to the floor and slowly taking yourself into the seated position. So we're going to go into our kind of a downward facing dog again. Again with soft knees. I don't want it to be too intense. That's why I'm having a softness to the knee. And this is more a breathing exercise whilst we're upside down and in an inverted position. Providing plenty of oxygen. So when we're doing our headstands, handstands, forearm stands, any inversions of any sort, a lot of blood rushes to the head because obviously we're upside down, and sometimes it can build up pressure in our face and in our blood capillaries. So by practicing having calm and soft breathing, it will just help to keep the area oxygenated, keep that blood moving and reduce the pressure. So I want us to do it again. I want us to just be breathing through our nose, so in and out through our nose. We don't need to do particularly like change our breath. We don't need to do deep or shallow or what have you. I want us to keep our breath the same, so just let it naturally go and just be observant to how it wants to breathe, how you naturally want to breathe. If you find yourself holding your breath though, definitely stop breathing. The exercise is to keep that breath work going. I want you to pay attention to where you feel your breath in your body. So you might feel it in your chest and your chest expanding and going in and expanding and going in. You might feel it in your diaphragm. So just right at the bottom of your rib cage, you might feel that expanding and contracting as you breathe. Or you might feel it at your sides, or you might feel it in your tummy. When I'm upside down, tend to feel it more in my tummy, and sometimes depending on what pole moves I'm doing, I might feel it in my sides. We move as polers, and as we do all of these fabulous floor tricks, we move our breath around our body depending on what position we're in, so that we can still breathe fully, but we're not necessarily constricted to perhaps normal place of breath. So we would normally feel it in either diaphragm, chest, or tummy. Particularly if we're doing deep tummy breathing, we're very calm and relaxed, you feel it more in your stomach. Whereas because we're moving our body in such intense and different ways, we shift our breath, and you might feel it that it wraps more around to the sides, so that it creates space for you to move your body. So we're going to go back into our downward facing dog, back into that inversion, breathing through your nose, and listen and observe to where you feel your breath in your body. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's more just paying attention to it. So just being observant as to where it is and how your body feels with that. So hands back on all fours, toes tuck under, bring your legs over, your butt over your feet, and then taking them into a soft knee, but upright. And then just breathing through your nose. Just in and out through the nose. Paying attention to where you feel the breath in your body. And pay attention to how shallow your breath is. So whether you're going in and out quickly, or whether you're doing long breaths, or whether you've got pauses in your breath. Maybe you inhale and then you pause, and then you exhale a lovely long breath, and then you pause and you hold the energy of your breath for longer. There's no right or wrong, it's more just that observation. Lovely. And then gently bringing those knees back down and taking yourself back upright, nice and gently. I'm actually going to come and check in with you and just kind of get some responses. So you're welcome to either write it out on the chat box, or I'm going to I'm going to ask you guys to unmute yourself one at a time, and let me know where you felt your breath, and how shallow, how deep it was, or how it felt. I'm going to start with you, Magdalena.
It was okay. I felt it in my belly.
In your belly?
Yes. Straight away. So I think I was practicing before this. So yeah.
Good, excellent, fabulous. And Roshana, I could see you nodding at the same time. So for you, was that also in your?
Yeah, it's here.
Okay, so right at the top near the diaphragm as well. Yeah. Fab. Good, lovely.
And I think like long. So inhale long. I think I hold it for a second, and then I exhale from my nose, but really long and slow.
Oh, very good, very good. So we tend to, if you're holding your breath for longer and there's pauses in between your inhalation and your exhalation, it's often an indication that we're holding the energy of our breath for longer and making more use of that. So it means you're doing deeper breathing and really taking in the oxygen, and therefore what the oxygen is providing is able to, it doesn't need to be refueled as quickly. So that's a really good place to be. So excellent, fabulous. And Sarah, over to you. Where did you feel your?
I felt mine in like my lungs, like breathing in my lungs, like the bottom of my lungs, and then breathe in slowly, pause, and then breathe out. And when I breathe out, I could feel it more in this bit.
Yeah, cool. Fabulous. Okay, that's fantastic. Really interesting. Okay, cool. I'm popping you guys back on mute again. Thank you for that little. Oh no, I'm not doing it. Well, there we go. That little interjection and seeing where you guys are at. Okay, cool. Right, let me put my jump to one side. Right, let's make sure we're having nice tight tummies, ready for going upside down. So I wanted to take us onto our backs. So lying down on our backs, we're going to prop ourselves up on our elbows to begin with. I'm going to lift my legs up to the sky. I'm going to do my little scissor kicks to begin with. So I'm taking my scissor legs down, all the way down, hovering across the floor, and then taking them back up again. Keeping my tummy nice and engaged, and taking it back down, and up, and down and up. Lovely. And then from here, I'm going to bend my knees, and I'm just going to do my little runners. So taking one leg and then the next. 1, 2, 1, 2. Lovely. So I'm just taking them one at a time. Just letting my muscles start to really warm up and putting them under that intense pressure where they're having to just continually work. And because we're moving our legs, we're demanding those different muscles on each side to quickly contract to balance us out. Lovely. Good. And then taking it back down so your feet are static. Relax your upper body. So I'm going to relax my shoulders down onto the floor. And then I'm going to take my knees in and then straighten them. Then take my knees back down and then straighten my legs out and see if I can straighten them without touching the floor, and then take it back in again. And lift it up and down and out and down and up and down. If this feels too intense, take one leg at a time down. So if you feel like it's pulling on your lower back, take one leg out at a time at the bottom and then take it back up. If it feels okay, you can take the two together. Lovely, good. Bringing your feet back down. This time, I'm going to be making sure my tummy is super engaged all through my abdominals. So I'm going to lift my head and shoulders up off the floor. My pelvis is slightly tilted under, so I'm pushing my small of my back into the floor, and my hands are going to reach down towards my toes. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing again, lifting my legs up, bending them, reaching them out, taking them in, reaching it up, taking them down, taking them out, taking them in. And again, if this feels intense, take one leg at a time. It will still be working, but it will just be applying less pressure to your abdominals. So if you feel like when you take your legs out together, you are lifting your lower back up off the floor and there's a little arch in your back, then you just want to do one at a time so that it's still working your abs and your core muscles, but it's not so intense that your back is having to start to work as well and kind of pitch in as well. We don't need your back involved in this position. Just taking one leg at a time instead. And up. Lovely. Last few. If your neck's starting to ache, feel free to bring your hands underneath your head to support you. You know, I think I prefer the one leg at a time. I feel like it really gets my tummy nice and tight, but doesn't feel like and when I'm in this position, I can breathe nice and easily as well. And that's what I really want to be doing this entire session. Breathing nicely in and out easily through my nose. Lovely. Let's make this one the last one. And then gently bringing yourself down and relax for a moment. Good. Hopefully your tummy's feeling nice and warm and the whole of your body. I definitely feel it in my lower back as well. And then we're going to prep by getting into our dish-shaped position. So our dish hold, which we do quite regularly, is super helpful for all handstands, headstands, forearm stands, actually less forearm stands, headstands, handstands, well, forearm stands a little bit as well, but all arm balances and any inversions, because it really helps to engage all of the core, and it's naturally the position that we will land in when we're in our handstand or headstand. So pelvis under, pushing your lower back into the floor, head and shoulders lift off the floor, hands come down towards the toes, or if you prefer, you can hold on to your head to help support your neck. Then we're going to lift our knees up directly over our ankles, directly over our hips, ankles out. And then we're just going to hold it here for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, gently breathing, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. We're going to do the same thing again, but let's make it slightly more challenging if you want to. If you want to keep it the same level, repeat the same movement. If you want to make it more challenging, we're going to take our knees slightly further out. So pelvis under, tummy nice and tight and engaged, head and shoulders up, hands come down towards the toes, feet off the floor, knees out, and breathing and squeezing the tummy. Let's hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, lovely. I could feel my tummy going, like doing little quivers then, thinking, I'm not going to hold it. So hopefully you did as well. And our last option, this is with our legs out. So I'll be holding it in my full dish. You've got the option here as well to keep the arms down or to take them overhead. When they're overhead, it's slightly more intense and a little bit more tricky. But again, you can do legs out. The lower they are, the harder it is. Or you can do the same position we've just done, knees bent. Or if you prefer, keep your knees over your hips. Just listen to your body, feel what's best for you today, and making sure that the entire time your lower back is pushing down into the floor. By tilting the pelvis under, it means that we can better squeeze through the pelvic floors, up through all of the core muscles underneath your abdominals, and of course your abs on top as well. So, pelvis under, tummy tight, hands come down or overhead, legs come out straight, squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the butt cheeks. Let's hold for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, keep squeezing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good, lovely stuff, really nice. If you want to stretch out your tummy, roll yourself over onto your stomach, bring your hands and elbows out in front of you, and then pull on your arms to pull your chest forward. You should just feel this lovely stretch all down the front of your torso in your stomach. Lovely, and relax. Good. Okay, so let's take ourselves over to the wall, remembering that we're wanting to keep strong, tummies tight, and most importantly, our breath fluidly coming out, in and out, and moving with us the entire time. So no holding breaths throughout any of this session. Okay, cool. Take plenty of breaks as well if you need to. I'm just going to prop my camera up. So I'm just going to take myself next to a wall. Whoops, daisy. Moving you all over the shop here. Nearly ready. And what I wanted us to do today is maybe look at one of our favourite headstands that we've been working on, but then I also wanted us to do a few funky new positions just to shake it up and give it a little bit of fun. Now, because I'm doing the new funky positions, I would recommend you grab something that's going to make it comfortable on the top of your head, because I'm not necessarily going to have my arms to support my head as much. So normally I lean my head on my forearms, so it makes my positioning nice and comfortable, and I never touch my head on the floor. However, in this position, we will be putting our head onto the floor, so you might want to grab a cushion or roll up your mat, anything like that. So let's start with our usual favourite position, which is our forearms down. Oh, I feel like I'm not quite angular enough. There we go. So I'm going to start facing the wall today. Just because I know you guys are getting very good at your alignment, so I'm not necessarily wanting to focus as much on bringing our alignment just yet. I might come on to it in a minute, but I want us to just do our favourite headstand. So I'm going to do it with my hands together, so my thumbs are facing up. You're welcome to do palms up, palms on your head, or palms down, or interlink your fingers. I'm going to do my palms together, like I'm kind of like holding my hand, and my elbows are underneath my shoulders, and I'm placing my head on my forearms. When I'm in this position, I'm then going to tuck my toes under, push my butt up, and from here, start my breathing gently in and gently out. If I start to feel like I'm holding my breath too much, then I can just come back down again and then readjust and be like, I'll just gently come back and get up with myself. So just really paying attention to your breath, your body, and when it feels like it's going too intense, there's no rush. We can just take a little break and then try it again. So hands come down, elbows under shoulders, toes under. Walk my feet in towards the wall, and then I'm going to do a little lift up, up to get both up. So you can either do a step up, you can do a kick, but I kind of don't recommend a kick because we kind of ricochet off the wall. Or you can do a little bunny hop, and if you're doing that, I recommend taking your knees wide. So I know we've gone through all of these techniques before. Feel free to do whichever one feels best for you today. Really think about tilting that pelvis under when you're up, keeping your tummy tight, pushing in with your elbows, and then gently come back down. I want you to try and control your descent, either through a straddle or through pike if you find the straddle one easy. Yeah, I'll let me come and watch. Lovely stuff. So just thinking about your breath when you're upside down. Where do you feel it now? Do you feel it in your diaphragm? Do you feel it in your stomach? Do you feel it in your chest? Has it shifted from when you were in your downward facing dog? Does now, when you're fully upside down, it change into a different holding position? And just breathing gently in between, in and out of your nose, calmly and controlled and relaxed. Still pushing through the shoulders, making sure they're nice and engaged. Tummy stays nice and tight. Squeezing the legs. Really nice. And then when you're ready to come down, you're just coming down gently. That was nice, Rush. Were you okay on your, I wasn't sure if you hit your door handle then. It's all okay? Yeah. Lovely. Oh, Magdalena. That was so special. But for anyone who was upside down and couldn't see, it was a dreamy pike descent, nice and controlled. It was fantastic. Really impressive. Okay, good. So we've all done our usual fabulous headstand that we're all really confident in and looking really, really good in. So the next one that I wanted us to do was our tripod headstand. I know we've done this one before, but we haven't done it for quite a few weeks now. So this is where I create a tripod between the top of my head and my hands. Now you have a choice here. You can have your fingers facing towards your face, or twist your palms round so your fingers are facing outwards away from the wall. I personally way prefer doing it with my fingers out, but I think that's more to do with my niggly wrist injury than anything else. So have a little play with both, see which one works best for you. And again, you're welcome to get into it and out of it in the way that you feel best. You've got the choice of stepping up into it. You could kick up into it, but I don't recommend that one as much. Or you could do a little bunny hop and take your knees wide in that kind of plie, upside down plie position. And what was I going to say as well with this one? You might want to grab a cushion. That wasn't what it was, but that was another point. I can't remember what my first thought was. It will come back to me in a moment, I'm sure. So I'm going to bring my head down onto the floor, and then I can either bring fingers in or fingers out. Toes under, walking in. I want to have it so that my wrist goes over my elbow. And then when I'm here, I can really push in with my wrists. So I'm pushing against the floor and then taking it back down. And again, this can feel quite intense the very first few times that you do so. So feel free to just start by bringing your head down, hands down, and then just walking your feet in towards you. You don't have to lift up if you don't want to. If this feels too intense, then that's okay. Lovely, Magdalena. Nice, Sarah, good. Take your time with it. There's no rush. if you really don't like this one, then you can just go back to doing one of the ones that you've done before, the previous one with your forearm brace. Nice, good. Lovely. Oh, Magdalena, that is gorgeous control. You're coming along this so wonderfully with your headstand balancing. That's excellent. Oh, lovely wide leg one there, Sarah. That is gorgeous. Fabulous. Excellent balancing. And then again, just breathing gently in and out through the nose. Everything should feel calm and relaxed and serene, like you're trying to keep every movement super smooth and calm and controlled. Nice, lovely, Rush, really nice. Oh, you're like me and do fingers away as well. Really nice. Lovely. And then when you're ready, just come down so I can show you your next one. No rush when you're ready. Yeah, fab. Okay, cool. So the next one I wanted to do is again one where our hands are out from underneath our head, hence the extra cushioning. But I'm going to bring my knees onto my elbows. Now you've got the choice here to where you can have your hands and your elbows together. This one's perhaps a little bit more intense because it's a lot more kind of demanding on your shoulders and on your triceps to kind of pull your arms in, or we can do them slightly wider. Slightly wider I find easier, and my fingers are facing out. I'll show you what I mean. And in fact, I'm just going to go for one more cushion as well. My mat's just not enough for me today. You know, I'm like a comfy girl. I like to be comfortable. So my head comes down. And I'm going to do it wide to begin with. My fingers face out, palms down, and then I'm going to lift my knees, my feet up off the floor, my foot up off the floor. From here, I'm then going to place one knee just above my elbow. So I'm going to start actually on my other side because that's my weaker wrist. So I'm going to bring my knee onto my elbow, and then I gently want you to bring your other knee and see if you can balance. And then you can either do toes together or toes apart, and then take it back down. And then your other option, hopefully you can see, is bringing your palms together and elbows in. So again, bringing my knee onto, actually I'm going to do this with a fist. Whoop, if I can balance. Oh, no, not quite got my balance on that one. I was trying to do mine on my fist rather than my wrist. But basically you bring your knees onto your elbows there as well. Now I try and get my knee bent when I put it on my elbow. I find it easier once it's in a bent position to get that kind of place where it sits, and where I want it to be sitting is just above my elbow, so it's just here. I don't know if you can see that clearly where my elbow is. That's where my knee is going to rest on. Okay, I just recommend doing wider. The only reason I can't demo it that well on this side, could do it the other week when I was showing you, but I think my wrist is getting a little bit worse, and the moment I put any pressure on it, it's just not having it. So apologies I can't demo it, but hopefully I've explained it in a way that you understand what it's supposed to look like. Let me know if not, and I can try it again. I might put my wrist brace on though to demo it again. Yes, Sarah.
I'm feeling dizzy and my head hurts, so I'm going to just stop.
Good idea. Good idea.
I feel like,
yeah, that's cool.
I think it might be.
Have a little rest. I mean, you've done the majority of the session.
Anyway. Okay,
really
cool.
good.
I'm just going to stop.
You
That's
chill
okay.
out, darling. Love you lot.
Thank
Take care.
you.
See you shortly. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Oh, lovely, Magdalena. Really nice. Gorgeous. Yes, lovely, Vashana. That looks so good. Knees come on. gently lifting up. She takes 2 at a time. Try doing 1 at a time. Lift up 1, get that balance, and then you can gently lift up the other. Nice. Do you know what I'm going to recommend you do? Yeah, she's way ahead of herself. Take off those sleeves, because then it might just feel that little bit less slippy. Yes, nice, good. Yes, really nice. Magdalena, you're looking lovely. Rush, bring your butt just slightly higher up, so you're in that position, but then because your shoulders and hips aren't perfectly stacked, just slightly over that way, so it suddenly feels very intense and you're kind of wanting to come out. So try pull your hips just a little bit further back. Really lovely. Oh, this has gone so well. I'm so chuffed with this little balance. It looks adorable. Yes, Rashana, you've got this. Whoop. Nice. Yep. Yes. Oh, she's there. She's there. Really lovely. Magdalena, you look so zen, like you're some sort of like Tai Chi master. You can do this, Rush. You can do this. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Really nice. Really nice. It is. It's just finding that balancing place where that knee goes. And if you miss it, you're just slipping around and it's so frustrating, but you got it. That was really, really, really beautiful. I'm going to give you one more. I know that we're coming to the end of the session. You haven't had that much time to practice and kind of get your teeth stuck into with this one, but feel free to practice this at any other time that you want, or we can revisit these ones as well. But I wanted to show you one other one just as a bit of a funky one to just something very different. So this one is kind of an asymmetrical one. Normally when we do our headstands, everything is symmetrical, whereas this one, I wanted us to do it asymmetrical, and I want us to, depending on how it feels, actually no, I'm going to leave it there. Asymmetrical. So with this one, I'm getting ahead of myself, that's why. I'm going to have one arm in that position with my knee on the elbow, and then my other arm is going to be out straight, and then that leg goes up. So I've got one arm, one side of me is bent and contracting, and the other side of me is lengthened and long. So it's demanding a lot from your core and from your nervous system, because your nervous system tends to like to have things quite familiar, quite the same, quite easy to predict. But by having asymmetry with our body, it can kind of knock it off guard and feel like, oh, I'm balancing in 2 very different ways on my same body. So it can feel quite challenging in that respect. But I think it's really good to have asymmetry. And if I'm kind of going on an energetic kind of vibe, there are certain energetically kind of people who prefer asymmetry positions in their life and in their body as well. So I'll show you what it looks like. So I bring my head down, same as before. Nice and cushioned now. And then I'm going to start with bringing both my hands underneath. From here, I'm going to straighten out one arm. It already feels weird, like my body's going, what's going on? One's bent, one's straight. So this hand is pushing into the floor still, as is this one. And then I'm going to bring that knee onto my elbow in that same balanced position that we did before. With this arm, it's not locked. It is slightly bent, and this is so that I can adjust if I need to. The other option is to start with it closer in and then straighten it out afterwards. In fact, I might do that. So I'm going to lift myself up, straighten this leg up over the top. You can reach the wall if you want to, and then straighten that arm out. So I've got one arm straight, one leg straight, one knee bent, one leg bent, and then take it gently back down. Yeah, so it's a real test for your body because it's moving it in a very different way and an asymmetrical way. So it's really interesting, if nothing else, just to see how your body feels. It tends to have like that reaction of going, what are you doing? Oh, lovely. Gorgeous, Magdalena. Really nice. Yes, Rush. Lifting it up. Start with your both arms bent. See if that makes a difference, because it did for me. I was like struggling to get that leg up when my arm was straight. I almost wanted my arm a little bit closer first. Then I could get one knee on, start to feel like I could lift the other leg up. And I kind of felt like I could get my knee on, start to feel balanced there, and then gently lift my leg up. Lovely. Oh, switching it over to the other side. Lovely, Magdalena. Really nice. Gorgeous stuff. Really good, darling. Really good. Lovely, Rush. Gently, calmly. Yes, nice. Push down into the elbow with that knee. Yes. And just gently lifting that foot up. Oh, she's so close. She's so close. I can feel, you're like, no, I'm not. You are. I can feel like you want to, you're wanting to lift that foot off, and it looks like it just wants to gently lift off. But the moment it lifts off, because your hips again aren't fully stacked over your shoulders, your weight, because you're more leaning over towards the floor, you're then bringing it straight back down. So you're either going to have to squeeze your core extra tight, tilt your pelvis under to really pull with your muscles to bring your leg up, or see if you can try to lean on the wall a little bit more and bring your hips closer to the wall and closer over the top of your shoulder. Oh, she's so close. She's so close. I feel like you nearly had it then. This one's a tricky one as well. So if you feel like it's a challenge, so you should. I find it a challenge. And I consider myself pretty pro when it comes to headstands. Oh, so close, so close. Good, breathing, tummy tight. Gently lifting those hips higher up over the shoulders. Pushing into the floor with the hands. Can do this. Oh, she's so close. I'm going to leave, yeah, she's like, it's not happening today. I'm going to leave you guys one final, we're going to do one more together. And I want you to pick any of the ones that we've done so far. So you can either use your normal headstand, a tripod headstand, hands out. Oh, we didn't do the arms straight. You can then take your arms straight if you want to, or arms in with knees on elbows, or the asymmetrical one. One knee on elbow, arm out, legs straight. I'm actually also going to challenge you, if you want to, this is an invitation for you, but to pull yourself away from the wall. You can either do this just by 5 centimeters so that you know the wall is there should you really need it, but you'll have to lean over that little bit further to get to it, or go full cold turkey and pull yourself right into the middle of the room. Worst case scenario, you roll over, like you go over the other way, and just make sure you keep your neck tucked in so you can roll down a round back. So that it's like a fluid forward roll. So that's an invitation for you. You might be like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Or you might be like, no, not today, Becky. My mindset's not there, but I'm going to feel really good next to the wall with this particular move, in which case, go do that. But I will leave it up to you which move you want to decide to end on and whether you want to do it next to the wall or not. Whenever you're ready. Oh, lovely. Great choices from all round. Lovely, good. Lovely balancing there, Magdalena. Gorgeous stuff. And yourself, Rush. She's upside down, tummy tight, balancing. Gorgeous. And she's going to take it straddle, gently coming down. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Excellent. Really good, guys. I'm so chuffed with you both. You both look incredible. Really good, really strong, massive progress. I'm so proud. Really good. That's fabulous. And hopefully you had fun with the different movements today and the different arm positions. And I quite like the asymmetrical one, but I do realise it's a big challenge as well. But I hope you enjoyed kind of getting your teeth stuck into it and giving it a go.